what happened and what did not happen.
$100 per both kids in 2 years.
There was no happiness. It wasn't your average.
There was another man
I wouldn't necessarily call it a love triangle.
you told me to go have sex with. I've been having you right by myself.
Why would I let him sign the birth certificate?
Was this sex unprotected?
He has refused to claim her.
One time is one time too many for me.
All right, folks, grab your popcorn and buckle up because this episode of Paternity Court is about to take us on a roller coaster ride of drama, deceit, and best friend betrayals. Today, we meet Jillian Damon, a woman desperately trying to save her relationship with her boyfriend, Elliot Osborne. But hold on tight, because her so-called best friend, who we'll call Tattletale Taylor, is about to drop some major bombs that will leave you gasping for air.
Ms. Damon, you claim you are certain that your boyfriend is the father of your 6-month-old daughter, Paisley. Recent allegations of cheating have caused a strain on your relationship. You're hoping that today's paternity results will help you save your family. Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Osborne, you admit to being a father figure in Paisley's life, but say when the paternity results prove you are not her biological father.
Oh, the drama is already brewing. That was fast. Jillian reveals that she's pregnant and decides to break the news to Elliot. But instead of a joyful celebration, we witness a look of sheer panic on both of their faces. Could it be that they're hiding a deep secret? The suspense is suffocating.
I was waiting for you to say, and at that moment we were so happy.
No.
You had a look of fear.
There was no happiness. It wasn't your average, jump up, enjoy, oh, we're expecting. No, not at all.
You had a look of fear, Mr. Osborne?
Yeah, Your Honor, because the day before she found out she was pregnant, I received text messages while I was at work from her best friend.
Just when we thought things couldn't get any messier, Tattletale Taylor decides to stir the pot. She sends a text message to Elliot, exposing Jillian's alleged infidelity with not one, not two, but 3 other guys. Talk about a bombshell. The drama levels are off the charts, and the air reeks of betrayal. Someone call the girl Code Police.
So, Mr. Osborne, you received a text that said Jillian might be pregnant, and she said it's another guy's. Just thought I'd let you know. Also, she's been blank, guy 2, out in blank, and guy 3. But there are new people she's been blanking. So this is your best friend.
Ex-best friend.
But wait, there's more. Jillian fires back, accusing Tattletale Taylor of doing the same thing to her in the past. It's a war of words, folks, and these former besties are not holding back. Who needs reality TV when we have paternity court?
So why would your friend take it upon herself to text message your boyfriend just to let him know that there are potentially 3 other guys you're sleeping with?
She did to me what I did to her. So it's out of spite. It's all out of spite. A spiteful person does that.
Oh, so you did this to her once upon a time?
Once upon a time, something similar.
Now let's fast forward to the courtroom, where tensions are running high. Jillian finds herself in the hot seat, facing tough questions from the judge. Will she be able to defend herself against these explosive allegations? It's like a courtroom showdown straight out of a legal drama.
It's commendable what you did. Have you developed a relationship with Paisley? Were you there for the birth? Did you cut the cord? Did you sign the birth certificate?
Yes, I did cut the cord, and eventually I did sign the birth certificate.
Even without?
Even with doubt, I signed it because after she was born, I pulled the nurse to the side and I asked her for a DNA test.
Hold on tight, folks. Miss Taylor takes the stand, ready to spill all the tea. She reveals shocking details about Jillian's alleged cheating escapades, leaving everyone in the courtroom gasping for breath. This is reality TV at its finest.
Well, yeah, that could have worked as well.
Yes.
There was no other guys. The Jillian did. I did not. No, there was no other guy.
We wanted to get to the bottom of this, so your best friend is here. Please escort Miss Taylor into the courtroom. Thank you for joining us, Miss Taylor. You were best friends with Miss Damon, is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
So you were best friends. We also had offered into evidence from Mr. Osborne a text message where you seemed...
Now let's talk about the reason everyone showed up to the courtroom today. The kid's paternity. The judge drops a bombshell, revealing that the night Jillian allegedly cheated lines up perfectly with the conception window. Will Elliot be the father, or will Jillian's secrets come crashing down on her? The tension is insane, and everyone in the courtroom is on the edge of their seat.
Let me try to figure out the conception window. When was Paisley born?
January 26th.
All right, was she a full-term baby?
No.
So she was born at?
12 days early.
So that's about 38 weeks.
Yes.
All right. Given that birth date and delivered at 38 weeks, the window of conception would be May 13th to May 19th.
All right, folks, it's time for the moment we've all been waiting for. The DNA results are in, and the tension in the courtroom is palpable. Will the truth finally be revealed, or will this case leave us with more questions than answers? Get ready, because we're about to find out.
Mr. Osborne, you are the father. I can see how much that meant to you, Mr. Osborne. That's your little girl. You relieved?
Yes, I'm happy. I love her. My little world right there.
That's exactly the way it should be. And I'm happy that we could get clarity for Paisley and for you both in this relationship. And I will say this earnestly. I don't believe all those text messages were a lie.
Portia Hadnot claims that her best friend since 6th grade, Terry Matthews, betrayed her in the worst way possible. Portia had a fling with James Matthews, Terry's husband, and ended up getting pregnant. But here's where it gets even crazier. Terry also got pregnant by James around the same time and then married him. Talk about a tangled web of deceit.
Ms. Hadnot, you are here today because you say Mr. Matthews' wife is the reason he's denying paternity of your son. Now, you claim that Mrs. Matthews was once your best friend since 6th grade, but then you told her you were pregnant by Mr. Matthews and she immediately conceived a child with him and then married him.
Yes, Your Honor.
Portia is convinced that Terry deliberately got pregnant by James to steal him away from her. Oh, the drama. And to add fuel to the fire, James himself has doubts about being the father of Portia's child. He claims she has a reputation for sleeping around. Ouch. This case is like a soap opera on steroids.
And so she knew you were interested in him, or you guys had taken your friendship to the next level.
Yes, I feel that she just trifling because she knew from the front that we was together.
How long were you all together in that way?
Just that
How
one
long?
time.
Just that one time?
Yes.
Mr. Matthews, so you first had an intimate relationship with Miss Hadnot.
Yes, ma'am.
Then you started one with Miss Matthews.
Now let's get into the nitty-gritty details. Portia admits that she slept with James, but insists it was just a one-time thing. She believed Terry was her ride-or-die bestie and would never betray her, but boy was she wrong. Terry knew about Portia's interest in James, and yet she still went ahead and got involved with him. Talk about a backstabbing friend.
James never
And how
asked
many
me.
days apart did you sleep with this other man?
2 days or 3 days is one of those two.
Don't even know.
So why today are you so convinced that he's the father?
I'm
Holy
not
Ghost.
convinced. I know for a fact who I slept with.
I'm trying to understand.
She's
You were-
always been after money, Your Honor. It's been times where she, can you take me here? Can you take? It's always been about money, finance.
James, on the other hand, claims he had no idea about the messy love triangle. He thought Portia and Terry were just cousins living together. But surprise, surprise, they were actually best friends, living under the same roof and plotting to steal his heart. This is getting more complicated than a math equation.
What made you doubtful about that?
Well, if somebody's saying they having I'm supposed to be the father, you gonna have them witnesses that be at the birth. You calling me after somebody, and then not her mama calling me, saying, oh, you have a baby boy. Why ain't she telling me, okay?
How am I supposed to call him and tell him I had a baby after surgery?
Well, she called me the day
After
before and told me
surgery.
what time, and then I called her earlier
That's
that
the
Miss
day.
day
Hadnot,
before.
but Miss Hadnot, now you also didn't tell him that there was another man.
As the case unfolds, we learn that Portia slept with another man just a couple of days after her encounter with James. Oh boy, this is like a game of paternity roulette. No wonder James has doubts about being the father. But Portia is adamant that James is the daddy, and she's determined to break the cycle of absentee fathers in her own life.
Oh, I
Miss
can get him if I
Matthews is
wanted him.
almost fueling
I've
his
never-
doubt.
Never, not once, denied or said that Jamari was not James' son. I get on James when he get to getting his feelings about his doubt. And I'll get to saying, James, let's go get Jamari. Let's do this and let's do that. I push that. I'm the one that goes to the door, picks
That's
up
the point.
Jamari, and
She
does
shouldn't
that
have
stuff.
to do it.
I've
He should
never
be a man
done.
and come tell me himself.
Well, the
It
type
shouldn't
of
have to go through Terry.
The tension in the courtroom is palpable as Portia and James go head-to-head. He accuses her of being a gold digger, always after his money. But Portia fires back, claiming that James never stepped up to the plate as a father. The gloves are off, and it's about to get real.
And explain this calendar to me.
Well, the 15th was the day I heard her tell the nurse that was her last menstrual cycle. The July 25th was the day that they actually slept together.
July 28th would be the day she slept with the other man that you admitted that you slept with.
Yes, I admit.
So the point is that the entire doubt that you were speaking about, Mr. Matthews,
In a shocking turn of events, Portia reveals that James signed the birth certificate voluntarily and even put himself on child support. But James denies ever making such a commitment. Who's telling the truth here? This case is becoming a tangled web of lies, betrayal, and unanswered questions.
He was sitting there watching him, looking at him sleep, all this. Then he told me himself, Portia, I'm gonna take care of my baby, and I'll call myself and put on myself on child support, which my mama dialed the child support number. James talked to them himself and put his own self on child support.
No,
But he sit there and act like he didn't do nothing, like I'm the one who did everything. He put his own self on child support. He signed the birth certificate by himself.
The tension in the courtroom reaches its peak as the judge announces that it's time for the DNA results. Will James be revealed as the father, or will Portia's doubts be confirmed? This is the moment we've all been waiting for, folks.
Now, Mr. Matthews, you got to explain this to me, because when you show up and you seemingly take responsibility,
Yes, ma'am.
so why is it when there are health issues, you're not present?
I have my doubts.
So the doubt,
That's me messing up. I'm saying, if you want to make me see the bad guy, okay, I didn't go.
I'm not making you seem like anything. I'm trying to understand the fact. What happened and what did not happen.
The results are almost in, and before we reveal them, let's take a moment to appreciate the sheer drama of this case. Best friends turned enemies, secret affairs, and a child caught in the middle. This is like a real-life soap opera playing out before our eyes.
Mr. Matthews, I was about to ask you all the same question. Can we have some type of order?
Yes, ma'am.
Because
I have
now
one
I'm
doubt.
listening.
He's
to
mad
whether
at
or
the
not-
fact that I don't want him and never have want him. He always texting me talking about, Portia, why you don't want me?
Okay, if
what did I do
wanna-
to you?
She want me to do something.
No,
But she
I don't
wanna
want you to do nothing because you never have. I've been having Jamari by myself.
Okay, enough suspense. Judge Lake has the DNA results in her hands, and it's time to reveal the truth. Is Mr. Matthews the father, or is Ms. Hadnot's search for her baby's father just getting started? Let's find out.
Mr. Matthews, you are the father.
Thank you. I told you. I hate you. I promise. I'm done. I don't want my son to be around you.
Hold on. Now, Ms. Hadnot, you just stood here and said that you want to break the cycle. You didn't have a
broke it.
father in your life,
Yes.
and you want to make sure your son has his father. And then as soon as the court reads the result, first thing out of your mouth is, I don't want you to have anything to do with him. I'll just keep being by myself.
So picture this. Mr. Pace, a devoted dad, finds himself in court, desperate to prove that he's the father of his adorable son, Prince. But hold on tight, because things are about to get messy. His girlfriend, Miss Fobbs, drops a bombshell. She slept with his best friend, Mr. Randolph. Can you believe it? The betrayal is off the charts.
Mr. Pace, you say you will be crushed today if DNA results reveal you are not the biological father of your son, Prince.
Yes, Your Honor.
You maintain that the defendant betrayed you by cheating with Prince's second possible father, your best friend. Now, Ms. Fobbs, you say you were caught between the man you're in love with and his best friend.
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Pace is crushed, heartbroken, and completely blindsided. He thought he had it all, a loving relationship and a beautiful family, but now he's questioning everything. How could his best friend do this to him? How could the woman he loved betray him in such a devastating way? The emotions are running high, folks.
Mr. Pace, so what's at stake for you and your family today?
Well, what's at stake would be, I would say, three relationships: the relationship that I have with Miss Fobbs, as well as the relationship that I have with Mr. Randolph, also the relationship that I have with Prince. So there is a lot on the line for me. That's my little man. We watch TV together, I'm feeding him cereal in the morning.
Miss Fobbs, on the other hand, is caught in the middle of this love triangle. She made a horrible mistake. Her words, not mine. And now she's desperately hoping that Mr. Pace is the father of Prince. Oh girl, what were you thinking? This is a whole new level of drama.
When did this love triangle, this cheating, begin and how?
I wouldn't necessarily call it a love triangle because the situation with me and Randolph only happened once. Upon me being in the house with Byron, the thing is, he works at night, so he's never really home with me, and I kind of took that as a feeling of neglect.
And let's not forget about Mr. Randolph, the so-called best friend turned other man. He's trying to explain himself, saying it was just one time and that they were both intoxicated. Yeah, right, as if that's an excuse for betraying your bro. Cue the eye rolls and the gasps from the audience.
So when you say you took this as neglect, was there anything else going on in the relationship other than he's just going to work?
Basically, what we were arguing about, it was past. It was just me feeling neglected at home.
I do work a lot. I promote clubs and parties, so I am out and I am around a lot of, I would say, women. And she kind of, I guess, takes that as me being unfaithful.
But wait, it gets even crazier. During a heated argument, Miss Fobbs blurts out that Mr. Randolph might be Prince's father. Talk about dropping a bombshell. The courtroom is in complete shock, and Mr. Pace's heart shatters into a million pieces. How could this happen? How could his best friend and the woman he loved betray him like this? It's a betrayal of epic proportions. proportions, folks.
Prince was 2.5 at the time, so it was very emotional for me, being that it's my best friend and this is my woman.
Understandably.
So when I found out initially, like I said, I was hurt. I felt betrayed by actually both parties at that point. Accessed the situation, not being upset, because I initially called Mr. Randolph to find out what was going on.
Now let's take a moment to appreciate Mr. Pace's strength. Instead of acting out of anger, he takes a breather and decides to confront his best friend face to face. Talk about maturity. We're giving this guy major props for keeping his cool in such a heated situation.
So, Mr. Randolph, I just have to ask, how could you sleep with your best friend's girl?
Well, to answer that, Your Honor, I wasn't in the right state of mind. We both was intoxicated. You know, he was out promoting club, and she used to come home from the club intoxicated and, you know, looking for him. He's not there. Me and her talk, and, you know, one night the talk led to something else.
The tension is thick as Mr. Pace finally confronts Mr. Randolph. The emotions are running high, and you can cut the air with a knife. Can these two friends salvage their relationship? Can they find a way to move forward after such a massive betrayal? It's a make or break moment, folks.
Was it only one time?
Honestly, that I can recall, yes.
Well,
I said just one time.
One time is one time too many for me. I'm very confused at this point. It's really hard for me to be standing here and in front of you, and I'm kind of nervous as far as what I'm about to hear. I don't know, really want to move forward with a positive outlook.
I understand.
Meanwhile, Miss Fobbs is torn between her love for Mr. Pace and her mistake with Mr. Randolph. She's desperate to keep her family together, but the truth is hanging over their heads like a dark cloud. Can they find a way to rebuild trust and move forward? Or will this love triangle tear them apart forever? The suspense is killing us.
Both men now know, and the secret is basically out. Was it a secret you were holding, and during the argument you just had to let it out?
Yeah, at the moment, Your Honor, I was contemplating on how I was gonna get the information out, because I do want my son to know who his father is. I don't want to hold that secret, and it was something that was weighing heavy on me.
The moment of truth has arrived, and the judge is about to reveal the results. The tension in the courtroom is palpable, and everyone is on the edge of their seats. Will Mr. Pace be the father? Will Mr. Randolph be the father? Or is there another twist in this already twisted tale? Hold on to your seats, folks, because it's about to get real.
Mr. Pace, you are not his father. Mr. Randolph, you are not.
I apologize.
Miss Fobbs?
I don't know what to say.
Do you know who Prince's father is?
No.
That's me. I'm Prince's father. There's somebody that may be his dad, but I'm his father.
And then the bombshell drops. The judge reveals the results for Mr. Pace, and it's not the news he was hoping for. The disappointment on his face is heart-wrenching, and the audience gasps in disbelief. But wait, there's more! The judge moves on to Mr. Randolph, and the suspense is killing us. Will he be the father? Will this love triangle finally come full circle? Can this shattered family find a way to heal? It's time for the big reveal, folks.
Mr. Pace, I commend you, given the news you've gotten today, for still standing up for that beautiful little boy. And it shows what kind of man you are.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Mr. Randolph, you made a mistake as it relates to your best friend's girl, a huge mistake.
Big mistake.
And I'm hoping you've learned that life lesson.
I learned, Your Honor.
And it seems as if you two do have a friendship.
We've got a jaw-dropping case for you, so get ready for some serious drama. Let's jump right into it. Our plaintiff, Miss Arbogast, is here to confront her ex-boyfriend, Mr. Vess, for denying their 2-year-old daughter, Kinsley, all because he started dating her former friend. Can you believe it? Talk about a double betrayal.
Ms. Arbogast, you are in court today claiming the defendant started denying your 2-year-old daughter, Kinsley, once he got into a relationship with your former friend.
Yes,
You
Your Honor.
claim the defendant has ignored the needs of your children, so you are suing for the maximum amount of $5,000 for child care expenses. Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
And here comes the defendant, Mr. Vess, who claims that Miss Arbogast's promiscuous behavior is the reason he doubts being Kinsley's father. Oh, the drama is already off the charts.
You haven't been helping at all, Mr. Vess?
No, because how can I take care of somebody's daughter that may or may not be mine?
Okay, well, just because you don't want to take care of our daughter, we still have a 3-year-old son that you haven't helped for either.
So you have another baby too?
Yes.
And there's no question as to the paternity of that child?
No, Your Honor.
But do you help financially with that child?
I have in the past, but recently, no, I have not.
The tension is palpable in the courtroom as Judge Lake gets ready to hear this explosive case. Miss Arbogast is seeking $5,000 $5,000 in childcare expenses from Mr. Vess. Let the battle begin. Miss Arbogast wastes no time in telling the judge that Mr. Vess hasn't helped financially at all. She even drops the bombshell that he has only contributed $100 over 2 years. That's like $1 a month, folks.
So if you don't have doubts about the older child, why are you not at least providing for that child?
I have been providing for that child, but
When?
recently I have been having bills and everything else that,
How much money do you say you've contributed to Kinsley?
Kinsley, probably $100.
Okay, so she's right.
No,
Yeah.
he's claimed $100 for Cameron and Kinsley.
Oh, Mr. Vess, what do you have to say for yourself? He claims he can't financially support Kinsley because he doubts her paternity. But wait, there's more. He hasn't even been supporting their 3-year-old son either. What a shocker.
How many times have you witnessed Mr. Vess financially support his children?
One time since I've been in their lives for the last 7 months, and that was $20 for pull-ups and diapers.
So you've developed a bond with the children.
Yes, I have.
And Kinsley's 2?
Yes.
That's about the time they start saying dad.
Yes, Your Honor.
So
She knows no other man as dad besides him because he has refused to claim her.
Hold on to your seats, folks, because here comes Miss Arbogast's new boyfriend, Mr. Fritz. He's been stepping up as a father figure to both Kinsley and their son. Talk about a plot twist. Mr. Vess must be feeling the heat.
Then he told me I couldn't be friends with somebody I had been friends with for 9 years. He told me if you to go have sex with him, that's the only way to break your emotional connection. And I have witnesses, plenty of witnesses, who can attest to him saying this and have heard him say it.
wait a minute. You say Mr. Vess told you?
Yes.
Mr. Fritz confirms that he's been taking care of the children while Mr. Vess has been absent. He even mentions playing football with them. Looks like Mr. Vess is getting replaced in more ways than one.
The only way to break the connection you had with this friend, but
Told
he
him to
says
come
you
pick
need
me
to go
up.
have sex with him.
Yeah, to break the emotional and physical bond of friendship that I had with this man. But then he decided, but the whole pregnancy.
Who gave you this advice, Mr. Vess? Where'd you come up with this?
No, I never said that. That never came out of my mouth.
Yo, yes it did.
Judge Lake is not holding back. She wants to know why Mr. Vess isn't providing for Kinsley, especially when he doesn't have any doubts about their older child. Mr. Vess claims financial difficulties. But come on, $100 in 2 years. That's not even enough for a pack of diapers.
You say she's making this up?
Yeah, I do. We were arguing about something, I don't know exactly what. I got mad, and I told her that she should go and, be with somebody else if she wanted to be. I guess she took me serious.
When did you find out about him?
After we broke up.
We knew that same night. I was at the lake. He was texting me the whole time, baby, when are you coming home? What time are you gonna be here?
When I get done having sex with the person you told me to go have sex with.
Miss Arbogast is not backing down. She calls out Mr. Vess for not being present in their son's life and accuses him of being jealous because he got replaced as a boyfriend and a father. Oh, the drama just keeps escalating.
So you signed the birth certificate, Mr. Vess?
Yes, Your Honor, because I thought it was mine. I thought she was mine.
I wanted him to also be a father to our son. When our 3-year-old son looked at him and said, "Who are you?" my heart shattered. Okay, that hurts. That's our 3-year-old. But yet he can be a father to her kids
I'd
and
be a
their
father
new
to my
baby.
son if I actually had a chance to see him. If you didn't
You
have
would
a
see
damn...
him if you were a constant role in his life. I'm not gonna just let you take our son.
The moment we've all been waiting for. Judge Lake is about to reveal the results of the paternity test for Kinsley. Will Mr. Vess finally step up and claim his daughter, or will the drama continue?
I never, ever have told him that Kinsley is not his. I have been begging for a paternity test. I even asked him to go and buy one of those $35 kits off the shelf DNA paternity tests that you do at home and then you send it to a lab. Oh, I don't have the money for that.
Okay, but if you're the one begging for it, why didn't you go
Because
out and
you're
get it
the
yourself?
because you're the one who denies her. So
Okay,
you
but
should pay for it.
I have been asking.
Oh, you have?
Yeah, I've been asking for a while.
The tension in the courtroom is at an all-time high. Both Miss Arbogast and Mr. Vess are anxiously waiting for the truth to be revealed. This is the moment of truth, people. Folks, the results are in, and Judge Lake is about to drop a bombshell. You won't believe these results. Let's find out.
Mr. Vess, you are the father.
I see.
This situation's got to change. You guys gonna have to figure out how to end this war because Kinsley's losing. Ms. Arbogast,
Yes,
for
Your
2
Honor.
years, you've taken care of this child by yourself.
Yes, Your
You
Honor.
presented expenses for $5,000 even, and they are all expenses that you need to raise a child.